Mallory, do you know what that time is?
I do.
Do you know that it's, in fact,
Can you move this remote?
crunch time?
Yeah. That's what happens at 9 on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And occasionally on Fridays.
Yeah.
At 8 p.m. Eastern also. Because it's crunch time when we play games.
And there is a Sagan head. A large Sagan head.
Can you look at them? Or you can just leave. You want back over here? He's been real lovey this morning. Hi, bud. So if you want to keep being lovey, that's fine. I don't mind. Just try not to put your fur into our jam.
Our jam.
Hi, sweetheart. I feel like this song was playing when I was up here earlier.
Maybe.
It's a good song.
You want to explain this jam?
Yeah, I do. So, how long ago was it?
Friday.
No. How long ago was it?
That I made jam with Nikki the first time?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
This is a few months ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, they decided to do it again.
Yeah.
And this time, it's peaches.
Well, there's peach, and then we also did peach vanilla bean. This is the vanilla bean.
Oh, so this is peach vanilla bean.
Yes.
Okay, let's give this a shot. Wow. That's
It's good.
That's really good. I've never, if I'm honest, I've never had peach jam. Let alone peach vanilla bean. It's very good. It's very good. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Breakfast Stream. Welcome to Tuesday. And I guess welcome to the last week of August. Jeez. Time is moving pretty quickly. How's everybody doing? How's the weather for everybody? I saw a buddy of mine that lives out close to, what am I gonna call it? Tornado land. Has had some pretty bad storms. Looks like the weather's pretty good. School does start next week. Or already, depending where you are.
Here, it's already started.
Someone says the framing seems off. Yeah. Yeah, it does. That seems better. That's closer to what it should be. That seems better. It's not as wide. No, it is. I think it's as wide. I think I just needed to move over. Whenever we do anything that involves this television, we have to move the camera so we can see more easily. So like we recorded some custom smash with Tom, so I moved this camera, so then I gotta move the camera back. Chess, framing seems off, Mal moves by approximately 1/2 millimeter.
The camera needs to move that way. See, it's not centered with the pole behind the TV.
Oh, so it's my fault. Actually, you're right. Because if you look at the coffee cups...
So really...
I got this cat.
I'll take the cat. I will happily take the cat.
It's not symmetrical. I mean,
here,
for what it's
kitty.
worth, I try to make it symmetrical.
Come here, Sagan. Oh, yes.
I'm gonna fix it.
Hello.
We'll fix it live.
Hello. Oh, I love you.
It's like... kind of like this. It's like that. There's a certain thing I'm looking for for it to be kind of like centered with the cups and the shelf.
Okay.
And I guess I didn't check for that very well this morning.
That looks good.
Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, and you look like you're in focus.
Good. If it was zoomed out just a little bit, they could see Sagan's head.
I mean, yeah, but then that's not what...
Sagan's dream.
You have to establish some level of framing.
Sagan's dream.
All right, so now I feel like this is where I am normally sitting. But Mal, now you're too far over there.
I know.
Fix it live. Fix it live. This jam is good. You can taste the hint of vanilla. You should tell them, Mal, what you're doing
with the extra bean pods.
Yeah, because so it's really. It just smelled it and it's amazing.
The seeds of the vanilla pod, the little black bits that you sometimes get in like ice cream or creme brulee. That's in the jam. But then the bean pod is still good. You don't throw it away. So what you do is you bury it in sugar. So I took a ball jar, about yay big, I think it's a quart size, and I filled it with sugar and then I shoved the bean pods in it and it made vanilla sugar. And it's not actually done yet. It probably needs another week or two. But I thought I'd try it this morning in my coffee and it smells amazing.
Mal just opened the lid and it just smells... I mean, it smells like vanilla. It's a big old ball jar of sugar, but it just emanates vanilla. It smells so pleasant. Holy crap. It's so good.
I kind of wish this was on sourdough or something. Because this bread has a strong taste.
A strong... Oh. Well, it also has a strong taste because it's been in the freezer a little bit.
Oh, the bread. Yeah. I thought you meant the jam.
I know the jam hasn't. The bread has. Because I had been buying bread fresh, but then there was a good sale on bread. And I was like, ooh, that's nice bread and that's real cheap. Breakfast. So then I put it in the freezer. Anyway, that breakfast alert from Wizard Scallion is a reminder that we should read some of these alerts. So we had some stuff between the scenes. Bedazzled Triceratops gifted a sub to Hug Gamer 32. We also had subs from Harry Constant, Namron 10789, Z Deebs, ZZ64, and Ashley M1 or Ashley LM1. And then this morning we have subs from Cobalt Custard reaching 1 year. I'm gonna clap when people hit 12 months because that's a huge accomplishment. Thank you, Cobalt, who just says not crunch, but Kronesh. Thank you, Cobalt. We got an 11-month sub from Cassie. Also an 11-month sub from Juvenation. 12-month sub from Space Vixen Music. Happy New Year! Or wait, wrong holiday, but happy all the same. Thank you, Space Vixen. 1 year. We got a tier 2, 3 months from Bedazzled Triceratops. It says 3 months already. Wow. A week ago when I resubbed, I was just upgrading tiers. Thank you, by the way, and enjoy Golden Toast, which actually is kind of what this looks like. It's got that like yellow sheen.
There was we had the vanilla bean one we blended.
Yeah.
And the peach one we didn't blend. And there was a couple big chunks still in the vanilla bean, and they were on mine.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Sounds good. Got a 12-month sub from Pokemon Pika 77. It's been a year of toast. And I wouldn't even be here live if I didn't have to get 2 new tires for my car this morning. As someone who recently had a bunch of car work done, my heart goes out to you.
Including tires.
Including tires. But the good news is, and this is something I always forget about with tires, like once you get the new tires on, you're like, oh, car feels better. Because when we had our tires replaced, we were like, oh, wow, this is smooth. I forgot what this felt like. Anyway, Pokemon Pika, thank you for being here this morning, and good luck with the car. You got a 2-month sub from Amaranth. Thank you for that. 300 bits from Satsy, who says, I need help deciding what to eat for lunch since I have no actual food. I have gluten-free tortilla wraps, so that'll be my toast. What should I do with them? I would say... my first thought would be to make a quesadilla.
With cheese?
Yeah, and like...
That might be important.
Okay.
Landlord important.
Okay, answer it and go see what's
Hello?
up. Important call.
Yes. How are you?
We have, we'll talk about it. There's stuff that needs to be addressed, and they're going to deal with it. Anyway, but door's locked. If the landlord comes in on their own, then I'd be like, only Thomas is allowed to do that. Anyway, since Mal's not here, quesadilla. With, personally, I'm a fan of mushrooms. I know everyone is there's no lukewarm mushroom people. People are like, yeah, mushrooms are like, gross, what? Don't eat fungus. So, I don't know where Satsy falls on that list, but I'm over here. Which one did I say was good? I'm on the good side. Mushrooms, like, for example, if I could have one topping on a pizza, if I only get one topping, mushrooms. I can't have quesadilla in general. Oh. Well, you said tortilla wraps, so I was like, well, that's what I would do with them. This is quesadilla. Anyway, mushrooms are great. If you don't like mushrooms, I would advise you to try them and see if you like them. And then if you don't like them, I can't help you. That's just how they are. They're a little, they're not slimy. Slimy's not a good word for them. Like, but yeah, it is a texture thing. It is a texture thing. So, yeah. They're great. They're my favorite. They're my favorite pizza topping. It sounds like that call's going well, which is good. I think that's going to get dealt with today. Oh, she just got off the phone. Did you get off the phone? Is there good news? Noon. Okay.
But he doesn't think it's AC. It's the AC guy.
Okay.
He thinks it's electrical.
Okay.
So
do I.
I know, but
We'll talk about that too, so people will know what we're talking about. I just finished talking about quesadillas, but how great mushrooms were, and mushrooms are
I know
delicious.
you love mushrooms.
Love mushrooms. Anyway, 500 bits from Ollie Tomlinson Music. He says, I just got my place studying music at university. I'm feeling generous. Well, thank you, Ollie, and
Congratulations.
Congratulations. That is awesome. Shout out to everybody studying music, because that is an interest of mine, but past the level of interest I have. And it seems real hard. I took one music class in college, and it's difficult. What's the thing where you have to identify the differences in the tones, and they do the little thing on the keyboard, and they're like this and then this, and you're like, you just played the same notes, and the professor's like, nope.
Intervals?
Maybe it's intervals.
Pitch test? I never had to do that in band.
I
only ever did
bizarre.
band, and we learned like scales, and that was it. Ear training?
Maybe it was intervals. Maybe that's, I don't know. It's been so long ago, I've just like pushed it out of my brain. But yeah, it was something where like you had to identify stuff, and it honest to God sounded like they were playing the same note, and they're like, it's not. And half the class is like, what do you mean it's not? What do you mean it's not the same thing? And then of course there'd be like two kids that were like prodigies. They'd be like, I can hear the difference. And I'd be like, well, that's why you're doing music and I'm in film school. Anyway, that's awesome though. 2 months from Goldmage162, who says, 2 months of crunch time for me. It's been really helpful for me to have something that urges me to be up in the morning. Thank you so much for all you and Mal have done for me and many others, and looking forward to many more months in the future. Thank you, Goldmage. It's nice that we've hit a year. Technically, Thursday is our complete year. Mm-hmm. It's the first time that's like 52 weeks done, and that'll be cool. So Thursday will be a big celebration because it's one complete year.
Yeah.
Twitch just does it a little differently. That's why people have the thing this morning.
We could get cinnamon rolls and put a candle in it.
I mean, Yeah. If you remember to do it, we'll do it.
Okay.
If we forget, we'll just have to ask Ahmad to put, like, a burning
candle
candle
and
on.
toast.
We could do that too. We could put a candle and toast. That being said, I prefer cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Cinnamon rolls are great. Get the 12-month sub from Ultra Husk. 1 year of breakfast stream. Much love to Stephen Mao, all the mods, chat, and of course Peggy. Awee! Thank you, Ultra Husk, and congrats on the year. Also of the year, it's Existential Joker. 12 months of crunch. George Toast with a wide side of Peggy. Awee! Great job, guys, and keep it up. Thank you, Joker. And then, also, 12 months from Cinder Dog. I told you I'm going to do the tiny clap.
The Animal Crossing clap.
Finally, a day off after 13 days. Good morning, grandparents. We're at a year. Somehow we're at a year. It honestly, does it feel to you like we just started?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like we've been doing it for a year, and yet so much has changed.
Yeah.
Like in the last year, we've traveled a good bit. Somehow managed to keep up with breakfast stream in Denver.
Yeah.
In Atlanta.
Yeah. Arizona.
Twice in Atlanta, because I was in Atlanta back to back, month to month. Arizona, that's right. Japan. Holy crap.
Yeah.
We said we won't let any time differences stop us. Breakfast stream will continue. And if the VPN speeds are good, then maybe
we'll see about our next trip.
Then maybe there will be breakfast stream next week too. We don't know yet. We'll find out. 500 bits from Joe Tomacek. I think I get that right. Hey, grandparents. Was Joker ruined, but decided to just use my name. Anyway, I started class this week, so now, so I know I won't sleep through most breakfast streams. Luckily, my Tuesday and Thursday classes start at 9:30, so I can watch. Oh, that's awesome. Well, cool. I'm glad that you have something to kind of like kickstart your morning. Because I remember when I had early classes, it sucked. It sucked a lot. So if there's something that's like fun that kind of gets you started in the morning, I think that that's something good to look forward to. Thank you, Joe. I get the 2-month sub from the YOLP. Thank you, YO. Lugia6 gives a sub to KDV Games. Thank you, Lugia. That's very kind. 1,000 bits from Wizard Scallion, who said, "Morning, grandparents. Tomorrow I start my last year of art education degree, and I'm very excited and nervous."
Good luck, but congratulations.
Yeah, that's exciting. Mal, I remember when that was you.
Yeah. You do?
Yeah. I remember when you were in your last year.
Well, I had a...
It's been so long.
I know. And I had mine at a strange time because in my school, when you were an art ed major, you had 4 years of classes and then you had a half year of student teaching. But because of transferring, I was behind a half year. So I had classes in the fall and then I did student teaching in the spring.
Yeah. But man, it just brings back a lot of memories to even read that. Just like hearing like art education, I'm like, oh man.
The last year was the best.
Oh.
It was all my favorite classes, and then student teaching was great.
I also remember, like, I think for most people,
Yeah.
their last year of college is the best.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't know. There's probably someone that's like, oh my god, I almost died. Because like, when you have to do, what's it when you're doing like a real hard degree, and in your last year you do your thing, and it's like your big thing.
Your master's thesis?
Your thesis, that's it. I didn't have that.
Or like, what is it when you have to like defend your doctorate?
Francis, I'm gonna almost die, I can
something?
assure you. Yeah. So like, shout out to the people that their last year of college was extremely difficult. But like for me, it was
dissertation. Thank you, Crunchy Professor.
Wildly easy. Sorry. I'm just thinking like, yeah, mine was great. I was also, as far as I know, the only student at SCAD that got through doing 2 and not 3
film projects
in my last year of school. Because you're supposed to do 3. You're supposed to do 1 each quarter, and they screwed that up. And they didn't find out until it was too late, and they were like, yeah, you were supposed to do more. And I was like, oh.
I mean,
you didn't tell me.
It was either pre-production, production, post-production on one project, or the same thing on all three. Like on 3 projects. Like it was post, and post, right?
The idea...
Yeah.
The idea is that you're supposed to work on a project every quarter.
Yeah.
And what happened was, I was the editor on a project while the project was in pre-production. So, like, I did some stuff.
Yeah.
I put together an animatic, but, like, that was it. Like, for one of my classes, over the span of 10 weeks, I edited an animatic. And that was it. That was the whole thing. And then it was the end of the quarter, and the professor was, like, checking in to see what we did. And I was like, I did the animatic. He's like, wait, is, like, that what you did this quarter? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you're an editor, and you were on the pre-production of a project. And I was like, yeah. He said, so it's going to go into production next quarter. And I was like, yeah. It was great. Highly recommended. Anyway. Wizard Sky, and thank you for the bits. We got 12 months. From Brondo93. It says, look at that 1 in the sub badge. Gorgeous. Hooray for 1 year of subbage. This is one of the best ways to wind down before bed, just relaxing with grandparents and the other grandkids. Lots of love to you both. Keep up all the amazing work. Well, thank you, Brondo. And I'm glad that this is also an enjoyable show before bed. Because obviously with all the different time zones, you don't know who's going to be watching where. But yeah, this could be a good wind down time. Good evening show. Dateline 2020.
No.
That's what I remember watching when I was a kid.
Dateline just makes you nervous.
Yeah, it does, actually. Or what was the show? What was the show?
60 Minutes?
No. Well, yeah, that was like the boring version of Dateline. What's the one where it's like America's Most Wanted, and it had the guy, and he became the guy because like his kid was kidnapped or something, and he...
America's Most Wanted?
Is that what it's called? Yeah. We watch that sometimes. Just remember my childhood. We got 4 months up from BearLink4. Man, I love the National Park print I got from TRG Kahlo and plan to get it framed before the end of the year. Also, Steven, I support you and your potato crunching from Friday. It's just convenient. That's what it's about. Also, congrats.
I saw the photo with the print in it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that on Twitter?
I did, actually. That's awesome. Shout out to all the people that won at Kahlo.
Yeah.
Glad everyone's getting their stuff. Coliseum was both a long time ago and feels like it was like 2 weeks ago. It's not long ago at all. 9 months up from Incarnado95. Can't believe it's been 9 months since I was gifted a sub on Christmas. Now I have a triple plus and a Twitch baby. I think we should name it Hugs after what everyone needed after Friday's stream. That, by the way, the Brothers stream will be coming to YouTube at the end of September. I know that's a while off, but we're cutting it up into episodes, and it'll be following the end of Red Dead Redemption 2, which is real soon. Real soon. Get a 12-month sub from Marvel 410, who says, "Hey, look, a year." Thank you, Marvel. Congrats on a year of crunch. 200 bits from Bedazzled, who says, due to bad storms in Tornado Land, I'm having to run off data, and it's bad. I just want to watch y'all eat toast. Well, don't use up all your data. You can always catch the VOD, which I'll have up tomorrow. 200 bits also from Chocolate Pikachu. Amazing jam, several year 1 subs, and with our favorite grandparents, makes me feel better after I spent 5 hours at the dealership yesterday.
Oof.
That's too much time. For any reason. For any amount of time. For any purpose. It's too much time at the dealership. We are probably going to have to go to a dealership when we get back from the trip to kind of start the process of looking at the car. I've come to terms with the fact that our car is not going to live forever.
I'm glad that happened.
I used to think that. I was like, it'll be around forever. It'll live forever. But now I'm like, no, it's not going to live forever. So we should probably start the process of, like, figuring out kind of what we would replace it with. I looked at cars the other day online, and there's been a shift in what SUVs look like, and I don't like it. I don't like this new direction. I liked it when everything was like boxy, and now they're basically trying to make SUVs look like
you want it
big
to
cars.
Be sporty.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
Because like Jeep still does it.
Yeah, Jeep does it.
Jeep still makes SUVs look like what I perceive SUVs to be. But all the other companies are just like, what if we made a big car? And I'm like, I don't want it to be a big car. I want it to be an SUV. And they're like, but what if a big car? Like, everyone's doing that too.
Yeah.
Like Chevy, Ford, they're all sitting around going, but what if the car was bigger?
Mike says, do they still make the same car? The Ford Escape is still being made. There's a new one.
It looks like a big car.
Yeah, it does look like a big car. But it fits a lot. It fits more than your parents' Escape.
But it probably doesn't fit as much as mine.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. And I don't really want to go from where we are to like one of them big SUVs. I don't want that. I don't want to drive I don't know.
Suburban?
Whatever they are. The ones
Escalade?
ones that are designed for Arctic tundra. Like, I don't need that get 3 miles a gallon. I just want...
Where we don't even have hills.
I just want an SUV that is bigger than a car, that is definitely not a car. You know what I mean? That's how hard could that be? How hard could that be? Apparently in 2019, pretty hard. Unfortunately. But we'll look.
We'll see.
We'll see. How do you feel about Jeeps? I've never considered myself like a Jeep person.
Rhonda had a Jeep. I liked it.
Because the thing about Jeeps is that Jeeps feels like a lifestyle. You know what I mean? People that own a Jeep, they are Jeep people.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with Jeep people, but like I've never thought about myself as like I'm a Jeep person. You know what I mean? Didn't Chaz say no Jeeps? Someone did. Someone was like, no Jeeps. But the thing that I'm more concerned with is like how much.
Jeff said that.
Jeff said that. The thing that I'm most concerned with is like maintenance, because our Escape up to this point has really needed almost no maintenance in 10 years. That's great. So whatever we get, I'd really like to get something that's just like hands off and just works. So if a Jeep is going to be something that like requires all sorts of effort nonstop, I would.
Consumer Reports has stuff like that. LQV says like Jeeps need a lot of work.
Yeah. So like that's something that I would be very hesitant.
If you get a Jeep, you can call it little Jeep.
And then Josh can ride in it, and he can be little Jeff in the little Jeep. Well, shoot, I'm sold. I guess we're getting a Jeep next. I just want to make that happen. Who said that? Was it Moist Crunchy Potato? I think so. It's just a great idea. Anyway.
I like the RAV4.
I don't know enough about cars. And honestly, it's going to come down to me driving it.
Yeah.
Because what it looks like on the outside doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
I want to drive it. I want to see how much storage it has. Because we have a sizable amount of storage in our car.
Yeah.
Not as much as like a Suburban, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of times where we've been the ones with the SUV, and we've been the ones that have been able to haul things. You know, obviously there's tiers, because sometimes we're like, Roland, help. Because he's got the box truck. But like, certainly amongst our friends that have cars, like, we're the ones we can take a thing.
Yeah.
So, and I like being able to do that. Let me finish up these alerts. I got 12 months from Spifflo. Says 12 whole months. Wishing you luck getting everything sorted before your trip. Thank you, Spifflo. We're getting there. That's, well, we're getting there. There's still some stuff that needs to be done to the house, which we'll talk about after the alerts. That's what Mal was on the phone for.
Yeah.
We got a 2-month sub from Jack Elo. Thanks for keeping up on vlog making, Steven. No problem, Jack. I'm aiming to do one a day from here until, like, basically the end of September. Bedazzled gifted a sub to 103. Oh yeah, it's episode 103. Thank you, Bedazzled. 500 bits from Gold Mage 162 says, apparently there's a food fight going on. Save some toast for eating. Oh yeah, is that still happening?
I think it goes till September 9th, sticks out in my head, but I don't know.
Okay, so if anyone, yeah, Brandon's got
September
the thing there.
September 2nd.
Brandon and Fossix like raced to post that, and Brandon beat Fossix by like a half second. If you weren't here on Friday and you didn't see the food fight going on, Twitch is doing a promotion right now where if you do a mega cheer, they call it a mega cheer, of 200 bits or more, you get emotes to use, and they're food fight related, so you unlock site-wide emotes. And it also scales, so take a look at that link, because if you do like 1,000 bits, you get a lot more than if you would do 205 times. That sort of thing.
Play the Kirby food song.
Gourmet Race?
Yeah.
Does someone have that? Let me type in Kirby and see what's in here. The only Kirby song I have listed is Green Greens by Kumu. Carlos may have Kirby music in here, but I don't have Carlos's tagged with the game.
We'll just type in...
But I can... That is not what I clicked. There it goes. But I'll play that. Anyway, thank you, Goldmage, for the bits, and then also for reminding me that the food fight thing's going on, because it only goes for a little bit longer.
Yeah, the 2nd.
Okay, so that we'll have it today and Thursday,
yeah.
And then that'll be it. Also got 100 bits from Joe, who is letting me know how to pronounce their name, Tomacek. Joe Tomacek. I will do my best to remember that. Sephiroth1204 gives a sub to Jaboka. Putting Jaboka at 2 months. Thank you, Sephiroth. 200 bits from Cinderdog, who says, Unit starts the 5th for me, but my first Thursday class starts at 8 a.m. Also, I'm totally not ready for my graphic design senior thesis. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Man. I just don't miss school. Well, that's what I think. I'm like, I just don't miss school. We got a lot of people asking for beans.
Are we doing beans?
You can't reach, can you? Oh, you can lean forward.
Today is a lot of beans, though, because there's the vanilla bean and the vanilla bean and the beans. And the bean coffee. With the bean sugar. And the beans and the jam.
There are a lot of beans. Special shout out to patreon.com/StephenGeorge and Malmakes. We appreciate all of you. Thank you for choosing to support us on that platform. If you'd like to learn more, there's links. That's what you click. And then you'll know. 500 bits from Marty Griff 1980, who says, happy first year birthday. I am off for 3 weeks from next week, so hope you can stream. It is my first time on my new keyboard after I accidentally christened my last one. I'm sorry. Getting a new keyboard is fun, though. I've actually been using the same keyboard for...
a long time.
Long time. And Apple came out with the wire... They used to not have the wireless full keyboards. And then they came out with those, and I was like, ooh. But then I was like, mine's not broken, so I won't get one. So I just, like... I'm just still using that one, just still working towards breaking it so I can get a new one sometime. And yeah, I'm hoping, Marty, I'm hoping that we'll be able to stream next week.
I hope so, because that would be cool.
I really would like to do that. I can't guarantee that, but if we can, we will, basically. Bedazzled gives a sub to Multi-Potato. When you've got multiple hands and multiple potatoes, you need the multi-potato. Thank you, Bedazzled. 300 bits from Satsy says, well, since I don't have meat or cheese to make quesadillas or mushroom, I filled a couple wraps with raspberry jam.
That was going to be my suggestion before I went downstairs.
It's not a terrible idea. It does take the place of toast. It'll work. Also got 300 bits from Nerdy Revelries. Fun detail about my senior project during my final year of college. One of my group members was super into the idea of doing a social media aggregator and would not accept other ideas. Then the Cambridge Analytics scandal happened and we lost developer access to Facebook. So, our social media aggregator was an aggregator of just Twitter. Luckily, I had insisted on including another aspect to our project, but he still refused to work on it.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah.
It really sucks when you're working on a group project, and first off, that's a full statement. I can just stop there. It really sucks when you're working on a group project, period. But to add to that, it sucks when you're working on a project and you've got someone stubborn. You know what I mean? That's never fun. What was that about?
I couldn't hear the music. I thought maybe it stopped.
I can hear it.
I can't hear it. No, I heard that.
Oh. Does
that help?
Can you hear it now?
Oh yeah, that helps.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never had long hair. Yeah. Sorry to anyone working on group projects, and sorry if you have someone who has a vision. In art school, you meet a lot of people that have a vision, and working with them was hell. It was always absolute hell, and I hated it. I really hated it.
Should have had your own vision.
Get your own vision. Work on your solo project. Twitter is from JCJX. This is morning, Stephen and Mal. Random question: do you both get gamer's itch? How do you deal with it? Gamer's itch?
Like the desire to play a game?
I'm assuming that that's the context used. Gamer's itch. Because if you had an itch for something else, you would want to do it. So gamer's itch would be like if a game comes out and you don't really have enough time to play it, but you really want to play it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that that would be...
like when you're playing Tetris.
You're itching all over. No. So you mean an actual itch, like a physical... like when you're playing the game, you get itchy?
Like maybe you can't take your hands off the controller because you'll lose, and like your arm starts itching.
No, I don't think I've ever... That's new. That's new. I mean, I also don't get, itchy.
Did Emil post something? Yeah, your hands are busy, but everything starts itching.
Yeah, I'm not familiar. Did I miss something? I might have. Yeah, okay, so, like, there's been times where, like, I'm playing something, and, like, I might have an itch, but it's not related to the game. You know what I mean?
I think they mean, like...
But as far as, like, getting itchy from playing a game, that's never... I don't think I've ever had that. Magical Gamer says, a random itch that is caused by stress while playing a video game. This usually happens while playing a game where you can't take your hand off of the controller.
Kind of like... I think it's kind of like if your back starts itching and you can't reach it and it gets worse. Like
but
that.
It's related to gaming. I've never experienced... I didn't even know that that was a thing, to be honest. So, unfortunately, I can't answer the question because I've never dealt with that. I've never heard of that.
I do get, like, Tetris dreams where if I play a lot of Tetris, I dream about it all night.
Like, do you just dream that you're playing Tetris?
Yes. Haley gets it too, because we've talked about it, and she said when she was in college and did a lot of Photoshop, she would have dreams all night where she just did Photoshop.
Now, in that dream, Mal, that you're playing...
The Tetris effect.
In the dream where you're playing Tetris, is it very much like the game, or is it like third person where you can see yourself playing the game?
It's the game,
okay.
And it's just really, like, repetitive, and, like, you can't stop, like, thinking about it.
I'm sorry.
It's really bad.
Also, I saw the chat mention about getting sweaty palms. Now, obviously, I get that. Anyone who's watched Morning Mario knows that I get that. But I feel like that's more, like, regular. Like, that's a more average occurrence for people. Like, just if you're doing something and you're like, okay, like if you're playing, especially if you're playing like a competitive game, like 1v1 with someone, and you get really into it, So I've never gotten itchy, but yeah, my palms have certainly gotten sweaty where I gotta try and do that really quick in the middle of a game. We got 300 bits from Bedazzled Triceratops. Multi-Potato has a point. Rewatching Skyrim and U850. Going multi-potato, multi-potato, multi-potato. Really?
I think I remember that.
I don't remember that at all. I mean, Skyrim was a long, long time ago. But I'm glad that everything finds a way to come full circle. That's the most exciting part. Bedazzled also gives a sub to Big Car. I don't want no big car. Big cars kind of can't get no love for me. I just want a small SUV, if you please. Why won't they make those anymore? 200 bits from JCJX. It says, hire little Jep Jep to drive the little Jeep for you, because that'll be such a cute little job.
And I didn't get to talk to little Jep Jep yesterday. He was gone by the time I got on the phone call.
I'm sorry. He had things to do.
I know.
He might have had to go buy a little Jeep. It's possible.
He has doesn't he have a little yellow car?
Is that the car he picked us up in LA?
Yeah.
Then maybe. He probably still has that. Joe, and I'm going to watch me do this, Tomachek. Joe Tomachek gifted a sub to A Lot of Beans. Thank you, Joe. I'm not supposed to have a lot of beans.
No.
For everyone's safety. Coffee Cats used 300 bits and says, more coffee! Thank you, Coffee Cats. I'm actually going to need more because I'm almost out. 200 bits from Cinder Dog, who says, so I'm moving into my new place on Sunday, but I have to buy a new computer desk since mine broke. Anyone have any suggestions? I like having drawers and was thinking maybe getting an L-shaped desk. I like L-shaped desks a lot. I say that and I don't have one, but I like them. Mal has one,
sort of. I need to move the one out.
One of the advantages of having an L-shaped desk is that if you use multiple monitors, you can kind of give yourself more of a command center. That it's really, really beneficial, I think, once you get to like 3. If you have 3 monitors, because I have 3 and it's in a straight plane, and it's not ideal. If it was around a corner, it'd probably be a little bit better. Otherwise, I don't have any particular suggestions because I like very different things. I don't like drawers, and I like everything as like plain as possible. I just want like a flat surface. But there's a lot of options out there. If you have an IKEA near you, and you have a way to bring it home yourself, because God knows I can't recommend the delivery, that might be worth checking out. Get a sub from Q Bites. Thank you, Bites. 300 bits from Skull Kid 442. Finally got home from school today. Now I'm trying to log into WoW Classic. 6 hours in the queue time. Oh my God. Yeah, there was outstanding numbers of people on Twitch yesterday just watching WoW Classic, and I never played WoW, so I'm not interested in even like the slightest.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that so many people get to enjoy it again. And even a lot of people I know have been playing. I wonder if Alex has played it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard. Maybe he's just playing it, and he hasn't like said anything because he's just been playing it.
Maybe. Alex, I've told the story before, but Alex put in a 1 real life year, like
playtime.
1 year of playtime in high school, which means 25% of those 4 years was spent in World of Warcraft, and that's, I don't know how to process that. That's astounding. He played so much World of Warcraft. And then he got to college, and he was playing it, and then after like a quarter, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. He's like, I need to not do this. Because he wanted me to like play and stuff. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. And now WoW Classic is an interesting situation because it's a lot of people that played WoW back in the day, and they're older, obviously, so they're at different parts in their life, so they can't put in that amount of time. Yeah. So it's really just about experiencing that thrill and that nostalgia again, but in more like limited doses. But yeah, 6 hours a day is, yeah, that's a fourth. That's a lot. He doesn't do that anymore. Bedazzled Triceratops gifts a sub to A Vision. AKA what you get when you enter art school. 200 bits from Squid Baconator. Great, now we have mentioned itching. I now itch all over. Thanks a lot. That is actually a real thing.
Yeah.
About when you talk about something like that and you get itchy. It's why some people, if you talk about like ants or bugs.
Or yawning and then they yawn.
Yeah. Just like all these weird things in the brain that are like, hey, now you.
Now I'm going to start yawning. Stop.
I can feel it. I'm trying to fight it off. 300 bits from Bedazzled, Triceratops. So one last thing. I was talking to my mom yesterday, and she asked if I'd go to work for her today. I said no. I kind of watch Stephen and Mal eat toast. Priorities. And I got through the alerts. Mal, why don't you tell them what's been going on in our house?
So
and why that phone call was so important.
So our back room, our guest room, has had a smell. And I didn't really think much of it or notice it a whole lot until it was like around the time we had everyone over for the IKEA building party, I think. Or it was when we had everyone over just to have everyone over after that.
You should mention that when we first moved in, we had the doors open for all the rooms because we were like working on
putting stuff together. And like before we got our bed, we were sleeping in that room in our old bed.
So we left that door open all the time.
So we didn't really notice it and like didn't think much of it. And then finally we started being like, what is that? And the first time I had someone else come try and like smell it was Lindsay. I had Lindsay come over and she goes, yes. And then she said, and this is exactly what I thought, is that when you first turn on your furnace in the winter, when you first need to turn it on, there's like a smell of burning dust from like the dust over the summer collecting on the heater coils.
Yep.
And that smell is just that room. So we were like, nah, that's kind of strange. Let's try and air it out. So we let it like open up a little bit, and like we didn't really want the cats to have to go in there and leave it open all the time because, you know, we don't want cat hair in there. Like if we have friends over who are allergic and they're staying over, like it's nice to have a room where they can go in and not have to worry about cat hair all night.
Yeah.
Because some of our friends are allergic. So let's see. A few weeks later, your parents' AC went out. And they said that, you know, they had been smelling a burning smell. And the AC finally went, and they took apart the AC guy, and he looked at the whole circuit board, and he said that it was sparking, and that, you know, that's what that smell was.
He said it was burnt black.
Yeah.
He said it was a wonder it didn't burn the house down.
Yeah. So that made me nervous. Because we've been smelling a smell in our guest room. So I had Steven's mom come over, and she's always said this, that she can always smell things before other people can, and she has a very strong reaction to things.
It was like that growing up. My mom can smell anything.
Yeah.
It's weird. I think she's like part bloodhound.
That's what she said. So I had her come over the other day and smell the room, and she goes, yeah, that's the same smell we were smelling from our vents. But they were smelling it all throughout the house.
We can only smell it in the one room.
Yes. And like, I had her check the bathroom right there because the bathroom's right there, and I keep that shut too because Sagan can open all the cabinets. So I keep that shut. Like she smelled like everything around it, and it's only that room. Like even the closet in that room doesn't have that smell because I shoved my head in there too. Mm-hmm. So we messaged the landlord, and someone showed up yesterday, and it was a girl.
You're giving the rental company more credit. I know that you skipped that part to be nice, but I'll be less nice. I messaged them last Monday.
Yeah.
And I told them in explicit detail what was happening, and I told them that it smelled like an electrical burn, and it seemed like a potential fire hazard, and I asked them to get someone out to look at it. And we waited 1 week, and they didn't do anything about it. So yesterday, I messaged them again, and I was a little more upset. And then they called me and were like, "We thought someone came out there. We're sorry." And then they sent someone out there. Anyway, you can continue.
So this girl showed up, and she was super nice. She's been over before to check out things, and she was like, she made it sound like they didn't understand our message or they didn't believe us. Like,
she made it sound like the instruction that she got from the rental company, the person I messaged, that I wasn't clear. Yeah. And I was thinking, bull crap.
Yeah, because we explained it the same way I've explained it to you guys. Like, that smell when the furnace first turns on, that burning smell is in that room. So this girl came out, and she walked into the guest room, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I can definitely smell something." And she crawled in our attic, and she didn't get all the way up in there. She kind of just popped her head up in there. And I've never looked in there, and I didn't look in there when she was there. But she's like, "I don't know." She said, "This could be AC, this could be like an HVAC." She said, "Or it could be electrical." She said, "But, you know, that there's definitely something." So she's like, "I'll tell the landlord and they'll get someone out here." So that phone call was an HVAC guy who's, I just told what was going on. And he was in a hurry. He wasn't listening to me. But when I started talking about it, he goes, "Oh, I don't think that's HVAC." He said, "I think that's electrical." And I'm like, "Well, that's what we think too." I said, "But, you know, I told them and they came out."
Yeah, clearly, if you're calling us, then you're supposed to come look at it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So he said he was on his way to Georgetown right now, but it would be around noon.
He's on his way to Georgetown?
Yeah. That's like an hour away, the other way. Anyway.
He said noon, that's fine. We're not going anywhere. We'll be here.
But yeah. He was trying to tell me, like, "Oh, if you're smelling that." I'm like, "No, we haven't turned on the furnace. It's 90 degrees.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's that update.
We gotta install those other fire alarms.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that, like, today.
Okay. We can do that.
We bought different fire alarms because we don't have a carbon monoxide detector. And that worried me. And there's two different types of fire alarms. There's ion and photoelectric. And the ones in the house, they're all wired together, are ion. And those are good for sensing flames. And photoelectric are good for like smoldering and just like a light smoke. You don't want one of those in the kitchen because they
go off all the time.
False
alarms.
Yeah, with cooking. So we bought two that do carbon monoxide and photoelectric, and we're gonna put one in our bedroom and one in the guest bedroom.
Carbon monoxide is something that I don't think about.
Well, you can't smell it.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's not like a concept that I think about very often. I don't know if other countries are more up on that than the U.S., but like we don't do that a whole lot, which is bad because the first time I even like knew about carbon monoxide was when Weird Al had announced that his parents had died, because his parents were both killed at the same time in the house because of carbon monoxide poisoning, and this was a long time ago. This was like a decade ago. But that was like, Jesus, like that's a thing that you can just be in your house and then you just die because of that? Because when you think of that sort of thing, you think of like a gas leak, but at least gas has like a smell.
Yeah.
But carbon monoxide is just, it'll just kill you.
Yeah.
So, that's bad. So yeah, I guess we'll have carbon monoxide detectors in the house. They're pretty inexpensive on the internet, so something to consider. Oh,
someone had commented on it. They said that's why Sagan's been crying at that room. And that may not be the reason, but
we considered that.
We did consider that, and it made me nervous. Thomas said, "I'm glad I shut up," because he popped in right around the time we started talking about that. I'm sorry, Thomas.
Bye, Thomas.
Trust me, I've been very, very full of anxiety over all this, and we leave Friday, and I'm just not in a good spot.
Yeah. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. And then Hurricane Dorian's out there like, "Hey, am I going to South Carolina or Florida?"
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's fine. It's fine. They're gonna come look at it. I really feel like we'll have it all figured out by the end of the week. There is a hurricane.
Thomas pointed out it's not a hurricane yet.
Yeah. And, like, we don't have any control over that.
No.
So, relax.
It's so hard.
Relax. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Anyway. Got a 2-month resub from Diamond Luxray. Thank you, Diamond Luxray. It's fine. It's fine. We will I know that we haven't announced where we're going for our trip yet. We're gonna do that Thursday, and that will also be the last breakfast stream, possibly for a little bit while we're gone. Again, if we can. Coffee. If we can do a breakfast stream
while we're gone,
then we will. It's just gonna be a matter of if the infrastructure is there to do it. So hopefully we will be able to. 200 bits from Bedazzled, who says, "I'm sorry, Mal. Sending much love your way." Thank you, Bedazzled. And Sadsy sends 300 bits, who says, "It's fine, Mal. It's fine." Thomas voice, "It's fine."
Thank you all.
It's Mal. I don't know if it's a big surprise. Mal is a warrior, professional warrior. Actually, I think you got your doctorate in that. And I do my best to be the balance and try to calm her down. It also works in reverse too, because sometimes I'm not worrying about something that I should be, and Mal's like, "This should concern you a little bit more," and I'm like, yeah, I guess it should. So we try and balance each other out. But try and relax a little bit. There are people actively coming to deal with this.
Yeah.
It's not like we're going to leave and the house is going to burn down. I probably shouldn't have used those words. We're going to get it dealt with. It's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. Anyway. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Trying to think if there's anything other news to announce. There will be vlogs today, and hopefully from this point forward, every day throughout like the rest of August and September. That's the goal. That's it. You have a painting coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll talk about more of that on Thursday.
Yeah. Should be done by Thursday for sure.
It has to be done by Thursday. What do you mean it should be? It has to. If you have to stay up, it has to be done, or it won't get done. We'll talk more on Thursday about everything, and we'll finally reveal where we're going. It's very exciting. It's very exciting. All right, folks. Thank you again this morning for everything. Thank you for the support. Thank you to our mods for being here and doing an awesome job. And we will see you Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern for more Breakfast Stream.